Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Matt here with a quick Remnant TV update. Big changes on the way, and since many of you helped us build Remnant TV really from the ground up, I wanted to sort of let you in on what's going on. I guess mostly I'm addressing our YouTube subscribers. We have a lot of YouTube subscribers. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to stay in touch with you. I premise this by saying we're going to still, use YouTube to some extent. We're going to try to use some sort of an abridged or edited version every Sunday night of our programs so that we can make a major transition off of big tech. Why? Why is this going to happen? Well, first of all, I guess it has to do with free speech, or I should say the illusion of free speech in America. What does it even mean anymore? The left control pretty much every aspect of our lives when it comes to technology, and of course pretty much every major free speech platform with the exception of Twitter, X now for the moment, which has been a brief reprieve. Let's hope that continues. But why is it that they have dominated, including at Twitter over COVID, over Ukraine, over the last presidential cycles, Twitter as well, all of them dominated by lefties and radicals and folks that really hate everything that Christian America believes in. Why is this? Well, essentially it's because they are ideologically driven. Theirs is a religion. They're fighting for an evil belief system against, and they will do anything to win. Now, they don't believe in free speech. They never have, in fact. People say, well, yeah, some of them do. Look at what would we do without Fox? Well, look at Fox News, And to that, I would just remind you, when's the last time you heard Hannity or somebody like that, primetime Fox News, have anyone on who talked about, maybe homosexual acts as being sinful or how gay marriage is an affront to Almighty God? It just doesn't happen anymore. Do you remember when Fox News was just straight up pro-life? And now, for the most part, it's partial birth abortion. It's the most extreme forms of abortion, right? It dragging everybody to the center. Fox News has been dragging everybody to the center, in fact, for a long, long time. And if you want some proof of that, they now have Bruce Jenner as a Fox News contributor. I rest my case, okay? And if anyone on Fox dares to say what's really going on in this country or in Ukraine or in Israel, well, they get Tucker Carlsoned, don't they? Why is that? It's because not just Fox, but conservatives in general have been allowing the enemies of everything that we hold sacred, they've been allowing the enemy to determine what is and what's not protected speech, right? They're the ones who determine what you get to talk about. They move the needle. They decide, right? So if you're fighting the good fight out on YouTube, for example, you're basically letting the enemy live rent-free inside of your head because they control what you're allowed to say. And if you say a little too much, they make you disappear. And the system, the whole thing, I'm not even, they're ideologues, right? They're driven, they're leftists. I don't even blame them. I wouldn't let most of them come onto our platform and spew their hate and their nonsense and their anti-God, anti-family rhetoric either. But at some point, friends, you got to look at this mindset, which I think is more or less a psyop. They control everything. If you want to protest what's happening with COVID lockdowns, what do? You go down to your radically pro-abort, pro-gay marriage, leftist Democrat governor's office down at the Capitol, and you apply for a permit so that you can go out into the street the following day and protest your radical leftist Democrat pro-abort governor's agenda. Isn't that absurd? You see, we're always acting and behaving by leave of the enemy, and I wonder if the Cristeros would have done that. I wonder if the Vendéans would have done that. Let's just go up to Paris and get some permits to see if we can actually resist the revolution. It's gone, no, right? So we've been doing that for a long time, and it's having an effect on everybody, right? So if you're still watching us on YouTube, for example, you've seen it. You've seen what's going on over there. This week, for example, on Remnant TV, you will have noticed that there was no Remnant Underground. Why not? Well, because they're in charge. And they hate everything we say and do. They are the far left, as you all know. So in this case, 2 weeks ago, we had a Remnant Underground, which many of you, I presume, saw. It was called God 2024, Globalism and the Plot to Cancel Christianity. Now, what happened with that one? That one broke through the YouTube algorithm and picked up 250,000 views, thanks to you. But that's just simply not supposed to happen at YouTube anymore. So the very next week, what did they do? YouTube took down that video. The next video, they took it down. They gave our channel a strike, of course. And then, and this is interesting because it's all coming undone now. 2024 is going to be interesting. They permanently removed Remnant TV's privileges, certain privileges. So, for example, moving forward, we are not going to be allowed to post down in the descriptions a link to remnant-tv.com, to the rest of the video. In other words, I can do a little preview over here on YouTube and try to put a link down. They're not going to allow it. They will not even allow us to pin a comment. So you want to go in and write, go over to Remnant TV and watch this video and try to pin it. They've suspended that right. We can't do that either. So now, and the thing is, really gets Orwellian, is that I'm perfectly free anytime I like to restore my privileges at YouTube. All I have to do is scan my passport and send it to the good folks at YouTube. So they can track me a little bit better, they said, and they can, kind of do some verification as to who I am and what I'm up to. Question, would you do that? Would you scan your passport and send it to YouTube so you can continue to fight what's happening to our country right now? What's happening to the family, to religion? Obviously, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a cold day in hell before I'm going to scan my passport and send it to the idiots at YouTube. So, friends, really, it's time to make a change. And trying to a significant move now. We're still on YouTube. I think we're back already today. That's not the point. It's got to stop. At some point, it has to stop, right? And so I don't look at this at all as a setback. It's not crying in my beer. I'm not mad at YouTube. I totally get it. They're ideologues. They're far lefties. I get what they're doing, right? It's their platform. I'm the idiot that's been on there for too long, in my opinion. So I'm looking at this as just a golden opportunity to finally make a move I wanted to make for a long time. I want to go, if you will, full-on Elon Musk in the traditional Catholic corner of the internet. It's time to do that, right? Quite frankly, I'm done. I'm done playing this game. There's just way too much that needs to be said now in this election year. We got war in the offing, possibly World War III. They got more lockdowns coming up, right? We just don't have time, friends, to be playing these games anymore, to be editing ourselves, to be pulling punches and pulling back and winking and nodding at each other, trying to communicate via the platforms of the enemy. It's absolutely absurd on the one hand, and it's a psyop on the other. Makes us kind of crazy. Waters down everything we're trying to do to appease Karen at YouTube. So I'm hoping, and I'm pretty convinced you're gonna go along with me on this because thousands of you already have. What we need is an actual alternative, a serious alternative, a platform that we control, not them. That's got to end now. Sometimes it's just so frustrating. The good guys all feel so small and so ineffectual. We could never go start our own platform that would mean anything because they have way too much power. Why do we think like that? Why are we like that? Why can't we try to do something like what Musk did? Go out there and try to take something over, start something new, start something big that works. You can see what happened. Musk is not one of us. He's much more on their side than he is on ours. He happens to believe in free speech. And he's scaring the hell out of these guys with that just one simple belief in free speech, right? So I'm reaching out tonight to, I think we're up to almost 270,000 YouTube subscribers, who I'm about ready to lose contact with permanently. And I'm not asking for your money. I'm asking you, quite frankly, to partner with me, to kind of believe in this last sort of hurdle, this last leg of the journey here to go fully independent. Before the big crackdown happens, which is, in my opinion, will happen spring to early summer. So once again, I'm not looking for a safe space to provide videos for the choir so we can continue to say our little thing to each other, preach at the choir, preach at the converted. Aren't you sick of that? Aren't you tired of that? I think we need to aim higher, think bigger than that. So I'm looking to fight back, and I need some help to do that from you. We've already proven that the message that we have is resonating all over the world, right? It's really, the idea of the spiritual warfare is resonating everywhere. We're staying in politics, we're staying engaged, and we're trying to bring Christ the King back into this war, and it's working. We've had a heck of a run on YouTube doing just that. Heck, I started the Remnant TV's YouTube channel, 12, 13 years ago? I'm not sure what it was. Today, that channel, we can boast 270,000 subscribers and 40 million views. That ain't bad for a small niche market, right? But to tell you the truth, I'm trying to hang on to that. The price that you got to pay, the Faustian bargain that you got to make to hang on to that privilege of free speech on YouTube is getting ridiculous. I'm exhausted. I'm sick and tired of editing myself. I'm sick and tired of holding back on what I really believe needs to be said right now, what I need to say and you need to hear. People need to hear the truth, the unvarnished, uncensored truth now, while we still have time to say it, right? YouTube has literally been hounding me. It's kind of a fun game of cat and mouse. I don't really care. I'm just done because I got more things to do, more important things to do. But they've been hounding us ever since August of 2020 when one of my videos went viral, the one on Davos. You see the thumbnail up over here. This one reached 30 million views and counting and set up our channel, obviously, for a purge from YouTube. So YouTube then went ahead immediately, the very next video, I don't remember what it was, it too went viral, and they deleted that video, and they gave us a strike. They did the same thing that they're doing now, the very next week. And ever since that, friends, the algorithms have been stacked against us. They just make sure you do not see the options. These 270,000 subscribers that we have do not see Remnant TV options on YouTube. So it's kind of a moot point anyway. We've been being shadow banned ever since. So, with your help, 3 years ago, we created a very, quite expensive, but completely independent video platform for here at Remnant TV. This platform cannot be canceled. Why not? Because we're renting our own content delivery network, CDN, here in the States as well as over in Europe. They can't tamper with those. Now, again, this is not cheap. You invested in this. You believed in the vision. You went along with me on this. Thank God you did because it's working great. And it's essential now. If we're going to keep, we're paying for every view. We have to pay for the views ourselves when we're renting our own content delivery networks. But it's really worth it because it's so essential if we're going to maintain this independence now in the future. If you're going to go independent, you got to get away from things like the Amazon servers, something most alternative platforms are still using, including Rumble. In fact, that's how they got rid of Parler. You remember, they were using the Amazon servers and Amazon simply shut Parler off and Parler never recovered. Not going to do that. Not going to allow anybody to do that. Even Rumble, which is a great company doing great work. But I'm not going to put Remnant TV in anybody's hands anymore. What we need is traditional Catholics. What we need is our own independent alternative, our own alternative platforms we're doing. Bottom line, Remnant TV is now fired up and ready to go. It's been tested, it's been vetted, it's working great, performing extremely well. And I just got one last challenge to overcome here, one last hurdle, and that's where you come in. The problem is, since YouTube offers the very best bells and whistles and options in the business, many good people, simply don't want to leave YouTube. That's where they're at. That's where their comfort zone is, right? So yeah, at the moment we have 270,000 YouTube subscribers, but for how much longer? And as you just found out this week, YouTube can cut us off from every one of you without any reason and without any notice. So that's no way to operate. There's no future in that. So we need to make a change, and I need help doing something that really not many content creators have even attempted, and that is a completely independent and privately funded platform ready to support not just Remnant TV, but any other hardcore Catholic, conservative Christian content creators who might be canceled over the next year. We're set up for that. We're getting ready. We're bracing for it. Again, this is exciting. I'm really excited about what's happening here. I just need to encourage you to believe in what we're doing enough to do a pretty small thing to make it happen, to make it really fly. Because Remnant TV, again, is not just a place to watch videos, it's a counter-revolutionary tool for everybody. One from which the entire movement will benefit in the future. So as they say, I've built it, now you need to come. And again, it's working. 3 years in at Remnant TV, we can already boast 10 million views with a really super outstanding user-friendly application that I think is really pretty unsurpassed by any other privately funded video place. So we're doing really great. Our team, all of us, we've done a really good job with your help. And again, I'm not selling right now, I'm buying. I'm not backing down right now, I'm doubling down. I just need a little help from my friends getting the word out that Remnant TV is the option. The Remnant TV has a solution. Remnant TV is in a position right now to provide uncensored news and analysis on everything that's going to happen to us over the next 8-9 months in a totally independent platform that nobody can tamper with. Nobody can shut it down. So what can you do to help? A couple things. What I'm asking for tonight specifically is that if everyone hearing my voice right now could recruit at least one new friend or family member to sign up for my e-letter. It's really easy. But you got to do it today before YouTube cuts us off once again. We also have some options, which Walter will put up on the screen, whereby you can subscribe to remnant-tv.com. You can click the bell at remnant-tv.com. Same features that are offered at YouTube that help them maintain a connection with their subscribers. We need to do the same thing. 3 things, very easy. Sign up for the e-letter. We're not going to abuse that. That's going to be a once, maybe twice a week kind of thing. Just saying, hey, we're here. We just posted. Subscribe to Remnant TV and click the bell. And we're good to go. That's it. You see, because to beat big tech at their own game, I need a network of friends, a network of Minutemen or allies or whatever we want to call ourselves, friends of the underground, who need to be out there letting people know what's happening here, how, when, where Remnant TV is posted. That's all we need to beat them. I really believe that because it's already happening. That's it. So please, if you would, I beg you, don't wait till tomorrow. This is critical now. We spent the last week in YouTube jail. We're probably going to go down again here pretty quick. We'll continue to use YouTube sort of fragmented and edited for a time just to maintain contact with you every Sunday night. But we need to do this, because they're going to make us disappear really quick whenever they want if we don't. So do it now. Please don't let them win. And together we can make RemnantTV.com a free and independent voice well into the future, a voice that will unite the clans of the world against these infernal online gatekeepers of this sick and twisted and, yes, godless New World Order. I need your help. Can I count on you to do this and to make this happen? Because I'm absolutely fed up and ready to go to war, as you know, and all I really need is for you to go with me. Are you up? Sign up for my e-letter today, and I will do the rest. God bless you all, and we will see you next week at the totally uncensored Remnant Underground at remnant-tv.com. God bless. Thanks very much, and we'll see you then.